micron up. And we're going to start, like I said, at December level right there. Now, working your way to the right on the chart, you'll see it has that dip down. This will be considered another level down here. Let me zoom in for you so you can understand why. So I picked this level one because it was a top off, right? It showed it peaked out right here, and then we had three touches. At the top of this candlestick, this one, and this one is touching the top of those three candlesticks. If I want to be real precise and exact, which I do sometimes with some companies I know I like to trade heavily, I'll zoom in and I'll make sure that it's precisely where I want it based on where the touches are. So I'll zoom in and go like right to right there, and that will touch the top wick of this candlestick, the top body of this one, and the top body of this candlestick here. Those are 3 different months. So that's why we're going to start there. Now you could say when it rejected, it had that same kind of formation at the base right here where it touched 1, 2, 3 different months. And that can be considered a support level. But I don't think Micron's going to go all the way back to $10, so I'm not going to waste time putting a level down there. If we ever come back down here, we'll revisit levels. That would be tragic if it ever got that low again, though. So we'll set it at 35, and we'll start from there and work our way to the right. And the next time, I want you to see the next time you want to see the bottom or top of 3 candlesticks touching each other. And I want you to put the level, a line there, and let me know what price you fire into that. So I'm going to help you with this one, and then you're going to do the next one. So this next one over, I will move to the right. I will move my line up. This dotted line is helpful because I just watch that and see when it starts touching. So right now, I see right here, my dotted line touches these 3 wicks, right? I don't like necessarily putting it only on wicks, so I look for it to at least touch the body of one candlestick. So it's touching the bottom of this body right here, this wick right here, this wick right here, and then if you go further into the future, you see it touches the top of this candlestick right here as well, and it also has a buying block right here. So this is definitely verified as a level. So you want to go ahead and put your line in right there at around $39.47. And that'll be our next monthly level for Micron. So you got your 3 touches, 3 or more touches, and then it's confirmed even further with a buying block that's put in right there. So that means these algorithm systems also identify this as like a zone of heavy buying or selling right around this area. So like I said, you got to remember the context we're looking at. This is a monthly chart, so this buying block is based on a monthly. So that means there's a lot of buying support there if it came in on a monthly level. So that means if it ever got back down to this $40, you should expect a lot of buying. If it breaks below $40, it should not get below our monthly level of 35. If so, then we really tanking here.
Right.
Alright, so that was based off of these right here, these touches right here.
Yeah, I'm following on my chart too.
No, go ahead, what do you say?
Well, what I see at the top for resistance, okay. So, no, go right there at the top of that red wick.
Right here. This wick right here. My shouldn't cut off. Oh, your mic muted.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, I do it with the March 18th. Top of that candle.
Alright, so we're going to go to March here, right here.
January, I'm sorry.
January, right here?
No, I'm sorry. It is March 2018.
Okay, so this candlestick right here?
Yeah. Would that be a level?
Okay, so now you got a touch right here at the top of this. You got a wick right here. It goes through the body of this one, so I don't count this candlestick because it's right in the middle of this big candlestick, so we're not going to count that one. And it touches the top of this candlestick right here and this little wick right here. So yeah, this could be a level for sure right around here. And that gives you a level at 52.25. So that'll be a monthly level. That's a good eye for that. Now, what I would say though is that on that scan up to the right, do you see any place before that where we could possibly have a resistance level? Like when you go back to the left. So I'm going backwards to February, January, December, November. Is there any place in between this level and this bottom level at 39? Do we have any levels in between there? Because that's a big gap. And sometimes monthly levels have big gaps like that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, do you see anywhere in between where you could possibly see resistance or support? Just looking in this gap range right here.
Well, yeah, it seems like that November 17th candle.
Okay, here we go. There we go. Yep, right around here. That's what I was gonna say. Where it topped out right here. Because now if you go to the right and you look over here, it tops out the same place back here when it has that resistance and it's trying to push back up. It resisted at that same area that it did back in November of 17. It resisted in September of 2019. And that was 2 years later. So it shows you how strong these levels are. 2 years later, that level is still
Right.
relevant, you know? That's why monthlies are so important. So
Okay.
if you had this level in back here in November, right? Let's say we put that level in. Let's go ahead and put that level in now. And you had that level set. So now when you had that push up, okay, that's great. And then it came back down and retested your level. It retested it in September of 2018. And then you would have
Yeah.
been like, oh, it's coming back to my monthly. Now you would be in the mindset that if it breaks below this monthly level, I know I should grab a put because this is a strong support and it should not break. And it broke it.
Right.
And then you look, if you would have grabbed the put at $44, that thing went all the way down to $36 because it broke that level. You understand? And it
Right.
went right breaking through
Oh,
another monthly
yeah.
level we had. It broke through the $40 level. That would have been another confirmation to buy another put right there. And you could have held those for, you could have swung those through a couple of weeks because, like I said, this is a whole month that is going down. So
Yeah.
that's a long put play that you could do based off of that level and understanding that once it broke, oh shit, let me
Yeah.
jump in that put and write it down. Now you see it get down here, you would have seen it catching support. And once you seen it
Yeah.
break back above your monthly level of $35, you could have been like, okay, let me grab a call. And you could have got a wave all the way up to about 42, 43. Yeah, it had a pullback. I would have said, got
Yeah.
back out. I would have got back out right here when it had that pullback below. But once it reconfirms and comes back above your level, you jump back in. Because now when you jump back in, it confirms that it broke above that monthly resistance. Now look, it started breaking up. It started pushing up, pushing up, pushing up.
Yeah.
And it has this little
Yeah.
resistance. Stocks always have a little pullback, come back down. So now after
Yeah.
that point, if you get a good enough entry where you're getting in at $38 and you can get your average cost around here, say you don't want to sell every time it pulls back, you just want to buy more every time it gets down here. So now you wait and
Right.
you say it breaks below my support of $44. So I know if it gets down to $39, I'm gonna buy more because it usually catches support right there. Okay, I bought more right here. It continued to break down. I'm gonna buy more at 35. But I know I don't have anything below 35. So I know if it gets below 35, I'll probably have a stop out right here if we get any lower than this level down here, $31, that low. Okay, because I don't want to ride the wave. I don't know how much further it's gonna go down. But
Right.
if I want to jump back in, I know if it goes back above my monthly level of $36, I'm good to jump back in right here. I have more support when I jump in here. And now you would have went through a little ride with Micron right here, but now ultimately you see it held in this area. It didn't really go down too much further than these levels. It held, and then it started coming up, and it chopped again, and then it started. The real big jumps came after that. But these levels right here, these are going to be the points that help you determine where the dollar cost average into your long position. So you could either say I'm a dollar cost averaging at this monthly level and be stopped out if it gets down to this monthly level, or I'm a dollar cost averaging at this monthly level and if it drops below, I'm just gonna hold and wait, and I'll stop out if it gets down here. Or that's completely up to you how you want to operate your strategy, but you at least have the levels to help guide you through your movement now, where you want to buy, where you want to sell. But
That's exciting. I see
yeah,
now.
yeah, nah, it's gonna make the picture so much clearer for you. Why? So as we keep going to the right now, so that last level we set was from, we found that middle level between these two at November 17th. So that was November 2017 we found that level. And that was right between these two. Alright, so now we could keep continuing on from the higher level up here and say, alright, from this level, where's the next significant place where we're going to have three or more touches going to the upside after this. Like I said, you could find one here with the wicks, but I like wicks only if it's combined with like two bodies. But if it's one body, the top of one body, like you got these two bodies up here, right? In May and June. So we could set a level right here at the July high because that's where it peaked out the body and it rejected. And you can also see that when it reached over here, it wicked down at those levels as well. So that means that was heavy resistance at a certain point. So we could put another monthly level right there at $58.71. And then I'm gonna let you do the next one after this one on the way up. So we got this one here. Now up and to the right, where's the next level where you will see 3 or more touches on that candlestick?
Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Wait, this, okay, that's the body.
Yeah, so this is the body and the little thin lines are the wicks. So you either want to be on the top.
I was about to say that second line, the line under that. We hit the body.
Right here?
Under it.
This line right here?
Yeah, that line.
Yeah, this line is at the top of the body right here. So you see it's at the top of the body of this candlestick. Near the bottom of the body of this one is at the top of the body of this one and this candlestick. So it touches the top of 3 bodies. So this is definitely a strong level. There's no wicks really involved around here. It's just straight up closing. So when you see the body lets you know that's where it closed. So the wick lets you know it pushed up there and it tested, but it didn't really close up there on that monthly. So this is where it closed for the month. So that lets you know that's where that month closed out. Whether it be green or red, the top of that body or the bottom of the body is where you want to have your level supported by. Wicks can be supportive, but they're not going to be as strong a support as the body of a candlestick. So that's why I say you want to make sure your level, if you're looking across and you're setting the price level, you want to make sure, all right, I'm at the top of a body. At least I got one body locked in here, right? Now I'll go across. I see a little wick here. This is the middle of a body, so it's not a top or a bottom. So I don't like these. So I wouldn't count this as in my level. So I got this one right here, and I look across. All right, we got a little wick right here. We could count that. This little wick right here. We could count that. Okay, and it gets to near the top of these bodies right here. Okay, this may be decent. And then you go all the way across. You see it touches the top of this body and the bottom of this one all the way over here. And this is years later. You gotta remember. So this is 2023. It's starting to hit this level right over here. But we're getting that indication from back here in 2020. So that's why I think it's important for you to set these on these macro charts, especially for things you want to be long in. If you're doing short intraday trading, you may not have to go back as far, even though it will be more helpful. It's always more helpful to have the stronger levels, but if you want to do long-term trading, you gotta have these. So go ahead and find that next level. I mean, it could be 75, or we could be this one down. This one down here is pretty close to level 2, 64.38. Yeah, I like 64.38. That's a good level right there. You gotta put that one on.
My 20th, the top of that body.
Yeah, the top of that body. Mhm.
Goes it touches. It touches some wicks. Once
Yeah.
you go over, let me see. July 22, August, and December. Dang, 20. Okay. And the bottom further. Okay, I see you.
And you see when you put the line in, it kind of just tells the story of the future for you. Like you can almost just look through it and you're like, oh shit, look at it, it resisted right there so many times. And then when it broke above there, it started using it as support, and then it took off. Like it tells you the story clearly. Like it's a clear story. It just takes patience a lot of the time.
See, okay.
Yeah, it takes. Like, you gotta step back sometimes. You gotta take 5 steps back and look at things from far, far away, and it makes it so much easier to see.
Oh man, okay.
When you're doing them hourly charts and 30-minute charts, it's so much harder to see the big picture. You can see the picture for the day, but the big picture, you're not gonna really catch it. Like, oh, are we in upward momentum in the macro or downward? Because the micro momentum may be saying, oh, it's a positive day, but we may be in the middle of one of these pullbacks right here. You know, maybe have a good day in here, but you see ultimately we coming down, so you're not gonna fall for that pump that's happening, because you're gonna see that we're in negative momentum.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so how about the one February 21st?
Alright, So let's go to February 21st. Boom, 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 boom.
2021.
Alright. So you got that. So look, we got what you want to do, the top of that body or the bottom? Because you could go in both ways.
Top.
Alright, so you go to the top of that body. That's probably going to be resistance, right? So now you can look across to the right. I don't see, this is going through the middle of the body, don't like that. Okay, we got a couple wicks right here. That's good. And then you come all the way over here, you got another top of the body right here in February. Look at that, February 2024, it touched it again. And then it broke out from there. So yeah, I like that level right there. I would put it, yeah, you can put it right at the top of the body of this February 2021 candlestick. So you see how you can identify with one, and then you get the confirmation by looking through the rest of the chart and see if it resists at that point multiple times or catches support at that point multiple times. So if you had identified that level in 2021, you would have saw, oh, this is big resistance right here, based on the following months not being able to break above it and resisting. You would have saw that next time we got back up to this level was what? December 2021. And look what it did. It got back up to $90. It pushed up to 93. It got a little bit above it. It maybe even faked some people out to 98. You know, and then it pulled right back down and came right back down the level. But you got to look at the monthly close. You want to, like I said, zoom back out. Once you're in your daily and hourly charts, you got to zoom back out and come to the monthly and see where the month closes at. So this month looked like it had a crazy nice little rally, 96, 97, 98, just like the month before. But if you see, the month didn't close above our level. The month closed right here at 88, 89. So it shows that, okay, resistance is coming in. If you got a keen eye for that, you could say, okay, it might be time to grab puts because it's struggling to get above here. And if you grab puts right here, it would have been perfect time because look what happened in the next month. Boom, tanked. Went right down to 77. And then look what happened the next month after that. Boom, tanked again. $68. And that's just because this is a monthly level. Those monthly levels are very strong. So the same way that resistance kicked in strong, you would expect your monthly support to kick in, right? So it came in down here. You would have had a monthly support level right here. You would have been like, all right, if I'm in puts, I'll probably sell my puts right here because I don't know, support may kick in. But it broke your monthly level. So you would have go ahead, okay, I'll jump back in. And I'll play this range right here between 63 and 58 because I know this is a level range I got on my monthly. I'll play a put again. As long as it doesn't close above my $63 level, I'll play a put for this whole month and see what happens. And then boom, sure enough, it kept going down and closed down. It broke another level. So again, right here, I'll say, okay, the month closed right here. Let me play a put again. Right here, you probably would have ended up getting stopped out your put. But you're making so much money on these longer plays that when you get stopped out these short plays, that is not going to kill you. Because like I said, you'll get in the call right here. You'll probably get stopped out right here because it plays at such a short range. These are the times where it may be rough trading, right? Because it's not such a clean, clear move. It's starting to consolidate. And that's when you start going into consolidation. When you start getting those choppy up and downs between levels, like right between one level and the next, and it's not really breaking out or breaking down, you're probably entering a consolidation. And that's what you can see starting to happen here. It's not really breaking below a range. It's not breaking above anymore. It's starting to stay between levels. Now you're going to see the range, $51 to $63. It stayed in that range for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months. It stayed in that same price range, going back and forth, bouncing. So if you wanted to play the range, okay, you got your level of resistance. You know, anytime it gets up here, I'm going to mess around with some puts, you know, because I know for the last 3 months it hasn't been able to break out this range. So that's when you start playing with range trading, and people play the top of the monthly range and the bottom against each other. So they'll buy puts up here and buy calls down here. And anytime it gets up here, they'll sell their calls and buy puts because they don't expect it to break above this range. Now, when you see that actually happen and it starts breaking above the range again, you see over here, this was what, May 23rd, it started breaking above $63 again. Okay, calls are starting to print more. Okay, now it's not getting back. Now it's not closing any monthly levels below 63 again, showing support kicking back in. All right, so we got out this range. We stopped chopping. Now you can start feeling bullish again because now the next level you had up before was $91. So you still had that $91 level from back here that we set. But now we're breaking back above 63 and holding. Oh man, it's getting bullish again. Maybe I start loading up on my calls right here. You know, buying calls. Because I know the breakout's coming. They keep catching support. And it's putting in even higher bottom wicks over here because it tried to break down, but it couldn't. It bounced back up. Tried to break down, couldn't bounce back up. Oh, I would have been going crazy with puts right here had a macro vision of this and this was on my long term plays. I've been going crazy buying calls right here because I said it's not going below the 63. Anytime it got down to 63, I was buying calls. This is like Apple when Apple got down to 158, 160. I know it's not going below there, so just load up on your calls, load up on your positions right here, and then look what happens after that. Crazy breakout. You went from 63, and that's when we had that rally in October 2023. That's when the last time it retested 63, and it never looked at it again. And after November, that's it, 63.
Crazy run.
And even if you wanted to wait till it got back to 90 because you're so unsure, you're not sure, okay, it got back to your $91 level. And then you buy in here. Look, you still would have been up. Like, even if you wanted to wait for that confirmation, you still would have ate.
Oh my God. So, that was a crazy run.
Yeah, it was. But it's hard to see when you don't got your levels in. You know, it's hard to see.
That's true.
It's hard to identify. Yeah, now you can see. Now you would have been like, oh shit, I would have known back here because look how high we got back here and then we pulled back down. I know we coming back up. It's just about when, you know.
Now yeah.
So.
That was man, I don't know. You just put me on some major game right there.
Nah, major key. So. That same concept applies when we're talking about the top of the body. And this is going to take a little practice. As you start setting more levels for more companies, you'll get better and more precise with your levels. But you could do this, like I said, you're going to look for a body and 2 other wicks or at least another body to confirm a level on the monthly. So I say 3 touches, a body and 2 wicks or 2 bodies or 3 bodies and a wick or 2 bodies and 1 wick, whatever. As long as it's not going through the middle of the body. You want it to be at the top or the bottom. Like right here would be another level right here, maybe at the bottom of this February 2021 candlestick. Because it touches the top of this wick right here, the bottom of this candlestick. It touches a wick here, a wick here. You see it topped out right here. And it gives you these levels right here that we were touching on that pullback. So you could set another monthly level right there. And now as you go through your weekly, it's the same thing. It's the one body. You want to identify a top or a bottom of a body and watch it touch through. And follow it all the way across and see where it touches through another 2 wicks or another top of a body or another bottom of a body. And you want to see 2 more of those touches and then you can confirm that as a level. So that's why I say the lower you go down on the chart, the more touches you want. So when you go down to like, once you get past the daily levels, you want to get more than 3 or 4 touches. Once you get past the daily levels and you go into the 4 hours or the hourly, you want like 5 or 6 touches on a level to confirm it as a true level. And when you get down to like 30 minutes, you need like, go ahead.
On the hourly, you said about 5 or 6 levels?
Yeah, on the hourly, when you look at the hourly chart, you want it to be touched. You want 5 or 6 different candlesticks to touch a level. So if we come down to the hourly real quick, and we do that same concept that we was charting with on the monthly. Alright, we'll spread this chart out. And this is today, right? So this is up to today. If we want to look at hourly levels, we will say, alright, let's go back. Let's see. An hourly level. Alright, this is perfect. So you see you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 touches right here. And there's a buying block right here. If I didn't have that indicator on, you wouldn't be able to see that. But the buying block right there also shows you that this is a level. You know? So you got those 6 touches on the top of the candlestick. You identified the top of the body right there. And then you went and you searched your way across. Because this is a high. So anytime you identify like these highs where you see double tops or double bottoms, alright, you want to lock in on those and start looking across and see, okay, is this a true level? Or is this just a double top and double bottom somewhere? So right here you can see, alright, reached a little high right here on the hourly. It's consolidated right here and it held that and then break below it again. Alright, this could be a nice little support level on the hourly right around here at 124.88. But it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 touches. And you're going to be good at eyeing them after a while, but when you first start, go ahead and make sure you zoom in and confirm that those touches are there. But after a while, you're going to be able to eye it and be able to just see, like, boom, here's a level right here. And then I could see, like, right here, boom, it's another hourly level. Because I could know. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 touches on here. So I know this is another hourly level. And look where this is. This is the base of this buying block. And what you're going to see is that once you set your levels, and then you're going to start adding on indicators and other stuff to it, the indicators are just going to verify your levels for you. That's really what they're going to do. You know, so I'll have a level here, and then I'll see, oh shit, I'll put my buying block indicator on. Oh wow, there's a buying block here too. So yes, I do have a level, and there's a buying block here. So you know what that means when it gets down here? It's probably definitely going to get strong buying support. I should probably be buying calls if it pulls back down to 126, because I should see it bouncing from there. You know, and that would have been perfect back here if you would have had that understanding 2 days ago from last week on Wednesday. You had that pullback on Friday. Oh, I would have been. You should have been buying calls like a mug right here, because you'd have known that support coming in from back here. And that support level kicked in from right here where we just put those levels. That support kicked in at 124.85, and look where it came down to. Almost wicked down almost exactly to that level, and then it bounced. And then it bounced. And that's crazy, right? It's like they tell you the story. They want you to make you think this is mystical, magical, and so crazy to figure out. It's really not. That's why I tell people, pick 2 or 3 stocks. Really set your levels. Get to understand their movements. And it's going to be so much easier for you to trade versus you trying to jump to this symbol and jump over here to this industry that you don't understand and this. And you do all that jumping around, you're going to get chopped up.
Yeah.
You're going to get chopped up out here. So you will be able to eventually jump around like that. But you got to set your levels and everything first, one company at a time. I've gone through this with many companies on my entire watch list. All the companies I trade, or option trade, I got levels on all of them, on monthly, daily, because these are the companies I trade. Companies I'm interested in but don't necessarily trade and watch, I may not have levels in on them. You know, because I just watch them. I just want to watch to see if they get above a certain price, and then I'll be interested. And then I'll go in there and set my levels and mark my entry positions and take profits and stop losses. Because you gotta know, once you got that chart set up, and you got it, and you can zoom out on a monthly, weekly. Because now let's go out on Micron, right? And let's look at it. We put the monthly levels in. Now let's look how it looks on a weekly chart. Because when you set monthly levels, it's going to show again on the weekly chart. Now look how these monthly levels are playing out on the weekly chart. You got a monthly level here. Look how it range. Look at how that range plays out for you in there when you got your monthly levels set.
Consolidation period.
Yeah, during that whole consolidation, you play that range. Over here, when you had that breakout, you would have known that it peaked out right here. You could have had your levels set in. And on the pullback, you didn't have any of the levels set until down here. You would have known that pullback could have came down, back down here. You would have been, you could have waited for that pullback to re-enter on your long position versus re-enter or dollar cost averaging on your long position on this pullback where you know it could possibly keep going down more. Why do that right here? Just wait for the pullback, wait for it to play out, and then get it at the best price. You know, that's what these things going to help you out with. Instead of dollar cost averaging all up here, oh, we had a little pullback, let me dollar cost average because we may take off again from right here and go up crazy. No, your level's not saying that. Your level's showing that we're rejecting. Just let it play out. Let it play out. Buy in when it gets down to your next support level. You know, that's what I do with my long-term positions. When Apple was breaking down, and it kept breaking through all those levels, I said, I'm not touching Apple again I'm not touching Apple again until it got down to this level right here, my 164.67 level. Look where it got to, right down there. Right down there.
On the money.
Right on the money. It hit it perfectly. And I was like, you can't make this shit up. Like, I'm not no stock market wizard. Like, it's just, the charts don't lie.
That's what they said. Charts don't lie.
You see that support all the way back here from October 2023 when we had that big push and we had that pullback coming. Everybody, oh, Apple's collapsing. Oh my God, it's the end of it. Yo, Apple's gonna find some support around here, this 163 level at least. And if it doesn't, I know it's gonna catch itself right here at 154. So I'm not gonna panic. I'll just see if it breaks this. I'll just go ahead and catch it down here. You know, because this is one of my long-term companies. I've done enough fundamental research on this company to know that this is a company that's not about to collapse. You know, so I'm not gonna let these pullbacks scare me out because this is not, unless this was validated by some fundamental issue with the company, you don't need to worry. You know, that's where fundamentals come in, where you got to know if there's some kind of real issue internally with the company, if they got some kind of legal issues, anything like that going on, anything with the government's going on. That will make a price break off a trend and start breaking down drastically. But if there's nothing like that going on, then these levels are always going to play out for you and give you an idea of where the stock should be going at that time.
Oh, absolutely, right?
Yeah. And it looks like a lot of levels when you're looking at it on the weekly, right? But when you go ahead and you zoom into your 30-minute chart and you in there for the day, it's not going to look like that much because you're not seeing all those levels at once. So you're seeing it like something like this. It'll look like you got these levels in there for the day. So look at, and I am touch Apple today. Look at what Apple did. Went right to 191. I could have said buy put right here because I know this is a resistance, right? And look what it's doing. Like it's like you can't make this. If it broke my level right here, this is a strong level. This is a weekly level, 190.07. I could have told myself today when Apple opens up, if it breaks above 190, buy a call. And this is how I make my call outs. This is exactly what I do to make my call outs to the group. All right, Apple is breaking above 190. If Apple opens up today here, if we break above 189.50, you can start looking at calls, but it's still a little risky. But if it breaks above 190, you should be more confident in your calls, and you should definitely take profit somewhere. I would give you like 190.73 would be early take profit, and 191.60 would be my second take profit. And I would have been like, you should be out your trade right here at 190.60 if you grab a call. And if you hold it anywhere past that, it's on you now. Because now look what happens. You would have got a little push 191. Somebody would want to be greedy. Oh man, Apple pushing, and you guys would have got smacked coming right back down. You know. So this is how I judge my call outs in trades. And this is how I make money.
I ain't mad at it. That's just sometimes, yeah.
And this is what I want y'all to do to make money. This is the knowledge I want to pass on to everybody in the group and the community because there's no sure shot way of trading. It's doing this stuff to give yourself the parameters and give yourself the best idea of where the market is going and when it's going to do it. And you combine your levels with whatever other indicators you like and you're good at reading the momentum. I combine this. So I would do like this. I do my price levels in combination with something like the MACD, right? So I like the 30-minute MACD. So I would say confirmation comes in for me based on the 30-minute either being in strength or weakness. So this morning, chart opened up. If I wanted to trade today, I would have said, oh, Apple's opening up in strength on the 30, right? I would wait for that first 30-minute candlestick to close probably because I don't like trading in the first 30 minutes. So I probably would have jumped in right here, right, 190.87. I would have said, okay, I'm going to scalp Apple from 190.87. I'm going to take a call. And I'm going to take it to my next resistance at 191.60. And that's the call I probably would have took this morning if I took any position. And I would have just took a whatever contract, a weekly, 0 day, 1 day. I don't do 0 days, 1 day or weekly. And I would have took my profit right here. I probably would have bought 3 contracts. I probably would have sold 2 and held the runner just in case it kept pushing. And once I saw it resist, I probably would have sold right here and got out the runner. And that would have been the play. And that's how I played it. Now, you could try to jump in early and be audacious, and you could jump in early based off the level and say, okay, this 15-minute candlestick closed, and this one opened up, and now it's closing above my level, or it's pushing above my level. And if you want to go down to the 5-minute and determine your entry off of that, however you want to trade is how you want to trade. The lower you go in the time frame, though, the more risky I say you have for reverse hitting you. Because if you're basing your entry off the 5-minute, the 5-minute chart could reverse the momentum really quickly, way quicker than the 30 minutes going to. So that's why I don't like basing my entry off the 5-minute. If I see the 30 minutes in momentum, I could go down to the 5-minute and see if this is a good time to get in. Like, okay, my 30 minutes says it's high, it's in the pullback right now, right? Because the 30-minute is showing weakness on Apple. We got a little light candlestick right here. We got 7 minutes left on the candlestick. So 30 minutes going into weakness. It already hit my resistance. Okay, Apple's probably going to reject off of here. I don't see it recuperating strength on the 30 and then breaking back above my resistance level. Even though that can happen, more likely not to happen, right? Now I want to get a put. Do I want to get a put right now though? I don't know. The 5-minute leg is coming into strength a little bit. We may retest 191, so I'm gonna let the 5-minute do its thing and time my entry off of here now. Because if I'm gonna say I'm gonna get in the put, I'm gonna say okay, the 30 minutes show me put, but the 5 minutes not. I'm gonna wait for the 5-minute to show me put along with the 30-minute in momentum. So when the 5 minutes starts to turn dark red again, I'll jump into put then. Because now it's going to turn dark red and it's going to confirm that my 30 minutes is going to stay in the weakness because this is going to close in the next 5 minutes. So if this closes in the next 5 minutes and this is still light green, that means that 30-minute candlestick closed in weakness. Cool. Then I'll go to my 5 minute and say, all right, the 30-minute closing weakness. Now I want to wait to see when the 5 minutes starts to pivot back into weakness, and that's when I'm gonna enter, because that's when we're probably gonna have a run to the downside. So I don't want to buy it now, because if I buy my put now, what happens if the 5 minute keeps momentum, and say this 5 minute crosses up to the green, you got to ride it out all the way through that momentum up until it starts losing momentum again back down. And that could happen. That could take 35 minutes. You know, it could start creeping, chopping up, chopping up. It could get all the way back up here. If you bought a put down here, you're gonna lose a lot of money on that push up, especially if you're buying a weekly. You know, like now you dollar cost averaging in trying to save your position. Instead, you just be patient. Don't be so thirsty for the put. Yeah, you got it. You see it coming, but don't be thirsty to jump in. Wait until you get that confirmation on your smaller charts now, because the macro chart already gave you the move. The macro chart says put, right? All right, macro chart says put. Now I'm gonna go to the micro chart and time my put perfectly. I'm gonna try to time my entry as perfect as possible. That's the next level of it. That's the next thing I had to learn, because I would see the 30-minute momentum, right? And I'll be like, oh, it's breaking down, and I'll be so excited to grab a put. I'll grab a put right here, and then I'll get caught in the upswing, and then my put is down 20-30%, and that's when I get stopped out. But I was right all along, because it gets back up here, and then it rejects, and then it crashes out crazy, you know? So it's like, damn, if I had just held my, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm just asking my phone. I'm ignoring calls and I'm just trying to listen to what you're saying.
No, no, you good. Yeah, no, I can hear you. So it's like, damn, you get caught up in that stop out, and then next thing you know, you were right about getting the put. You just got it too early, you know, because you didn't give the 5 minute time to give you that entry confirmation. Sometimes people like going to the 3 minute to time the entry because they really thirsty to get in the position, so they'll wait. And as soon as the 3 minutes shows them confirmation, they jumping in. Boom! That's it. 3 minute reversing, but that 3 minute switch on you, boy. That 3 minute, I call that the fake friend, boy. 3 minutes switch up on you in a second. You're like, yeah, we cool. Yeah, come on, we going this way, psych.
Yeah, I want to be more of a. I can chill in my trades, and I have to watch the charts Like, I don't want to trade every day. I said Mondays and possibly Tuesdays, I'm not going to look at the charts, but I ain't doing nothing today. I'm off. I'm like, let me see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been studying MU since Friday. Like I said, I want to have at least 3 to 4 stocks I'm just looking at, like just studying their price action.
Right.
So MU was definitely just the main one over the weekend. I'm like, okay, it's giving me a pullback, but it did show some weakness on the daily, but still the higher time frame showed we still in a bullish trend. So I did get on that pullback. So that was the only play I had swung.
There you go. So like you said, you see that pullback. Look at the weekly chart. Look at the weekly momentum. Like how it's coming into weakness now, it's starting to catch strength again. You know? So even in that daily, you had that little daily pullback. Yeah, we had a little daily weakness, but if you go to the macro chart above it, the weekly the weekly was still in strength last week. So that little pullback at the end of the week caused that high wick. It was good to get in because now look, it gapped up over the weekend. You know?
Yep.
And that's exactly what you played, and that was a smart play because that was a fake out pullback. And you kind of usually identify that by going to the macro charts, and then you go to the monthly. The monthly will either further confirm it for you. Look at the monthly. We just been in strength in the monthly since October 2023. This thing has been gaining strength every month in momentum.
Yeah, monthly strong.
If you just went in off the monthly MACD, if you just traded off the monthly MACD alone and said, all right, when it crosses over, because I used to trade on crossovers. I used to be like, all right, when the red crosses over to the green, I'll buy a call. When I see green crossing down into the red, that's when I'll buy a put. And you could do a long out call right here in this situation. So you could say, all right, the monthly MACD crossing to the green. All right, and you do that in conjunction with your price level. All right, it's holding support at this $63. All right, so I'm going to grab me a long call. Let's say that expires a year from now. So I'm going to get me a June 2024 call on Micron. And you probably could have got the $120 calls back then for dumb cheap. You probably could have got the year out $120 calls for like $30 back then. I don't even know how much them shits is now. But you probably could have got them for like $30 back then. And then you see, all right, that crossover on the monthly happened. Now we got positive monthly momentum. All right, it happened, and it still wasn't going nowhere for a couple months. It even had a little weak month in there. Try to fake you out, get you out. But then look what happened. It started getting strength again. And then strength. And it just kept rallying. It went from 70 to 90. Then it's at 100. Then it's at 120. And that's just going in off the monthly MACD. If you just said I'm gonna get a long call because
Yeah.
it's going into positive momentum monthly, so I'm just gonna get a long call based on that. Some people do that, and that's how simple
Yeah,
some
I
people make their
heard.
trading. Like they just go to the monthly MACD and weekly, and they'll go, or they go to something like the 6 month even. Some people trade up to 6 month, and this is how they make their yearly contract plays. Okay, Micron started off strong this year. It's probably going to continue its strength throughout the rest of the year. So let me go ahead and buy a long call. And they would have been buying a long call back here. When did this 6 month candlestick start? This is July 2023. You would have been buying a call right here based off of that MACD gaining strength in July 2023. You would have been in your long call from then until now.
I know that's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, oh man, this just made so much sense to me. Like, I can overcomplicate the thing, but I like how you just kept it so simple for me, especially with these levels.
Yeah, you gotta keep it simple. You don't want to overcomplicate because when you start overcomplicating, that's when you start over trading and you trying
Yeah,
to become a.
revenge trading and stuff.
Yeah, it's like you making it harder than way harder than this has to be, and it's really you versus
Yeah,
you a lot of the time. The market ain't
it
got nothing to do with
is.
it.
And I feel like that's really what I've been doing. I'm gonna have to tell myself, like, slow down. Like, you overcomplicating it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I do
Oh,
it to
that's
myself sometimes
funny.
still. Trust me. Cause I sit back and I look back and it's like, damn. Cause you get caught up in the, cause it's exciting, it's just fun, it's adrenaline rush.
It
Sometimes you
is.
gotta let trading be boring. Like it's okay.
Yeah,
You just gotta let
yeah,
it be
yeah,
boring. Don't gotta be exciting. Don't gotta be 100% gain every day. Sometimes you just don't trade.
yeah,
Sometimes you won't even trade for a couple
yeah.
of weeks because the opportunity's not there, or you don't like what you're seeing, and you want to wait for a certain
Amen.
kind of level to break above before you enter. You know?
Yeah, yeah. And that's when I first started, it was just like, I gotta trade every day. I need, I'm saying, to make something. No, I don't. I don't have to trade every
You
day.
really don't.
And I don't want to trade every day.
You don't. Because then that's what brings you into that law of averages. Because what happens then, you become the day trader. And what happens with the average day trader is that you take so many wins and so many losses and you just start averaging out. And you end up only making but so much money. You don't really end up making big gains. Because your big gains that you make always get canceled out
Hmm.
because later down the line you take a big loss somewhere. It may not be this
Yeah,
month, it may be 2 months from now, but that loss is going to hit your ass. And then
yeah,
you kind of end up pretty much, yeah, you still up, but you're not up as much as you were. And then by the end of the year, okay, you're a day trader and you made $30,000, $40,000. Like you
hmm,
might as well just work the regular job.
yeah. I'm trying to get out of that.
It's
So,
that.
so look, when I first started, I was just literally on like probably the 5 to 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally just now starting to look at the higher time frames.
Exactly. It's all
Right
learning
there.
curve, man. It's all learning curve. It takes
Yes.
time. It takes
I
time.
say this now, like, man, I see why y'all look at the higher time frame. It makes a lot of sense. That
Yeah.
won't shake you out the grave.
Yeah, yeah, because those short time
Okay.
frames will pump fake you right out of a move.
Oh, trust me. It can be
Yeah,
more than a few.
let's look at your
Oh,
microns for instance. So micron on the weekly, I got it up right here. So let's say you had those
okay.
monthly levels in, and it came back and broke back above $91 here in February, right? You would have got your call right at $91 or $90. All right, they try to fake you out right here. They came back down to $91, but that week never closed below 91. So you see, they try to push you out. They will try to get you out right here. That didn't work.
Yeah.
So that whoever that didn't squeeze out, they enjoyed this rally right here. So if they didn't come fake you out with this, you get to enjoy this, and you enjoying this push up. And then all more new people start jumping in right here because they don't want to miss out on the rally, and then they get crushed
Yeah.
out on this pullback right here. But if they don't know no
Yeah.
better and they don't have the level like you had, because you got in all the way down here. So even if this pullback comes in, you still up because you got in down here. So as long as it doesn't pull back below my level, I'm gonna stay in this position. And mind you, you're not buying, or even if you are scalping it and you're getting weekly calls, because this is a weekly candlesticks. If you're scalping it through the weeks and you're doing it that way, that's fine because you're still not going to be faked out of the call position. You probably just dollar cost average in on whatever you lost right here because it hasn't broke below your level, and your dollar cost average in any time above this level. So as long as it's not closing below this level, you're going to dollar cost average in, right? So you would have been
Yep.
taking a little bit loss. You'd have been dollar cost averaging in. All right, I see a pullback, but I don't believe in this pullback because it's not breaking my level. And now look, you would have got in, you would
Exactly.
have got a cheaper price, and then you would have been making even more money on the way back up because you now dollar cost average in and major contracts cheaper on this pullback. But this is a
Oh
pullback
man.
that if people most of the time if they got a month out contract, this pullback right here with a major contract lose 30-40%, they would have got faked out.
Mm.
They would have sold that contract. You know?
Yeah, exactly. We just make trading a little bit more exciting.
And that's it. That's it.
Just
And
those
but
key levels.
that's it. But you gotta be disciplined. When something breaks your level and closes below it, get out. I was wrong. It broke
Yep,
my level. I'm done. That's it. I'm gonna now play the
absolutely.
opposite way. You know, I'll probably play the put if it's gonna keep closing below this level. So you gotta take the pride and
Mm.
ego out of it, the extra thinking out of it, and just trust in
Yes.
your homework that you're doing, the stuff we're doing now, doing the charting,
Mhm.
talking about it, looking at the company, looking at the news. Trust all that information, and you're gonna set your levels and use your indicators based off of that. And then you just gotta trust that what you did was right. You know.
Right? Yeah, that is so true.
That's it.
That is so true.
Trust your levels.
Oh man, for sure. Oh man, I really appreciate you.
Nah, for sure. I'm here to bring gems for y'all, man. Bring gems to the community, so you can now take this and spread it to someone else, and
Hey, yeah,
and
I'm all about a each one reach one for
yeah,
sure.
that's it. That's it. That's the only way we're going to break out of these conditions that we have in the black community. We got to be able to develop
Mhm.
our own wealth and structure and create our own communities based on the knowledge we have, you know, because this
Mhm.
is gatekeep knowledge, you know, like this has always been
Oh man,
the option
heck
market been
yeah.
around for how long and how long, like
Right.
we ain't know nothing about this. Our families, my dad didn't tell me nothing about trading options. My parents didn't
Oh
know nothing
man,
about this. They were just
man,
hardworking
I be
people, you know.
I be driving trucks and I just be thinking to myself like, if somebody would just introduce me to the stock market, I had got to an accident my senior year
Mm-hmm.
and we had got a nice little settlement. Somebody would have told me to buy like some shares, some Bitcoin.
So
Like,
back
oh my
then, what?
God.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my God. I'm like, you work for people in the Saudis.
That's what I'm saying, and that's what they're scared of because now look, you do that with that settlement check, and now look, now you don't have to work for
Oh
nobody because
my
you made so
God.
much money off of it. Now they losing employees. They can't lose employees. We need workers. We can't have all you guys out
Yeah.
here making all this money thinking on your own. Who we gonna have
Oh
working?
man, right?
Like,
Right?
yeah,
Oh man.
yeah, no.
Okay.
But that's the
That's
oppressive
that's
mindset. You know, they always want someone to be doing the work for them. No. How
Mhm.
about having everybody be on a certain high or creative level so that we're creating things like we see now with AI. We have technologies and things that'll do the menial labor. You don't have to have people. You don't have
Yeah.
to restrict the knowledge and capabilities of a human because you don't want them to excel to a point where they don't feel the need to do the labor you need them to do because you don't want to have to create something to do that labor. It's just more convenient to make a person do
Mhm.
it. But now they seeing
Yep.
people are waking up, and that's why they know they got to create AI because they said people are not going to keep
Yeah.
doing these jobs. People are not going to keep
For
doing this
sure.
shit. So we got to create something to do it. This should have been happened though. Like, if people
Man,
didn't do all
that's
these crazy
true.
jobs, all the delivery driving, all those menial jobs. People are so we are
Mhm.
gods in human bodies. Like we should not be doing.
Yeah,
Like
thank
we should be
thank you.
operating on so much higher levels than what we're doing.
Thank you. I truly believe that too.
We are.
I've always said that. Like I'm not meant to. I wasn't meant here to just survive. Like, nah, I
No.
gotta live.
No, we're supposed to be thriving. We're supposed to be creators. We're
Yes.
creators. We
Yes.
represent, we're made in the
Yep.
image of God. God creates at all
Yep.
times. We're supposed to be creating
All
things.
time.
Creating things that help benefit the universe and benefit each other and, you know, creating different ecosystems for different ends. We're supposed to be creating, we're just creators. That's what we are. We're creators. That's what we're supposed to be doing. And, is that is coming full circle because you can't
Yeah.
stop nature. So they tried for a little bit,
Nah.
but that shit is gonna it's
Yeah.
breaking down now, and it's gonna be ugly.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be ugly.
Oh
Watch with all the
yeah.
Diddy
Yeah.
stuff. Watch how much stuff happened with politicians. It's gonna be ugly because
Yeah.
when that truth start coming out, people are going to
Mhm.
violently rebel against the power structures.
Yep. Yep.
Violently, it's
That
gonna be
is so
violent
true.
rebellion because people gonna be like, "Oh, y'all been fucking us over for all this time." Because when people start realizing that power they have in them, and y'all been hiding this from us or making us feel lesser than, and we had this in us this
Yep.
whole time. Oh yeah, the pushback
Mhm.
is gonna be crazy.
Oh, absolutely. I'm in a position right now. I want to get my nephew into trading stocks,
Yes, yes.
and he's 15. So I want to tell him. I always tell him, you want to make some money, because he'll go to school, selling candy.
Mm-hmm.
Once he told me like they don't have vending machines. I said, well, become the vending machine.
That's it. That's it. Yep, there you go. And that's the mindsets we got to indoctrinate into our kids, into the youth.
Yes,
Because they're going to elevate it to the next
absolutely.
level when they get older. They're going to take it places that we couldn't even think to take it, you know?
Exactly, exactly. Like the
So,
way I talked to him about assets and liabilities at his age 15, nobody was talking to me about that.
exactly. But that shows
Nobody.
that you the elevation because you're now doing what you didn't get. So now
Yes.
you're the evolved version of the parent, you know, that you
Mhm.
didn't. So
Yes.
that's it's all we're gonna. They can't stop it. They try, but they
No.
cannot stop this. No matter what you do,
No.
you can't stop this elevation that we have. We're too blessed.
Absolutely. That part.
We
Absolutely.
way too
I highly
blessed.
believe that. Highly believe that. Oh yeah.
But now, yeah, if you want to come in here, tell him come in with you on this trading sessions. I know we probably be in school at
Mhm.
these times, but I'm gonna start. That's why I said I'm gonna start doing these sessions on Sundays because I know a lot of people work and stuff on Monday. I work at night,
Yeah.
so I could do this during the day. But
Okay.
I'm gonna start doing these charting sessions on Sundays so we get more people in here. And you got your son come in here and learn some stuff as well. Definitely, definitely. That's what this is about. I
Oh,
want
for
to reach the
sure.
youth. The more kids, the
Yeah, yeah.
better.
Now, I have my auntie come in too, but she's starting to get into it. That's who's been calling me. She's like, you heard about Apple? I'm like, they say it's going on. I'm like,
That's what I love. I
she
love those
just
are the
not getting into it.
conversations.
Yeah, I swear, like, I don't know. I'm boring. I like to talk. This is what I like to talk about.
Yeah, me too. Nah, listen, Kendrick and Drake, that's cool little entertainment conversation, but our main conversation should
Yeah,
be surrounding this kind of stuff. This should be the
I'm
main
telling you.
topic, you know? That should be like sidebar stuff, you know? The same way,
Yeah,
it should almost be like reverse roles. The same way black folks be thinking about trading stocks and business now, the same way we should think about entertainment. Like, it should be a back thought. Like, yeah, it's
yeah,
there,
yeah,
and it happens,
yeah.
but it's not really like the main focus for us, you know?
Not. Definitely not. For sure. Sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm excited. So, like I said, Sundays we're gonna start doing this charting sessions and have the family come through. I got my nieces and nephews. I told them to start getting on here, coming through as well, because they around that age, 13, 14, and I want them to
Yep.
start understanding what they can do with the money they're gonna be making. I said, you may not be able to legally do it now, but your mom can have a custodian account for you. She can manage it, get some money in there, and get them in
Yeah.
some investments, so that by the time you turn 18, you could just take over the account. Or she could be the
Yeah.
custodian
Yeah.
account and she could be doing the trades for you, but you could really be the one managing and using the account so you could learn. You know,
Absolutely. Oh
so
yeah. Yeah.
paper trading, all that kind of stuff they could be doing and getting their feet wet. So by the time they hit the market, they
Yeah.
hitting the ground running. Like we know exactly what we
Yeah.
jumping in here to do.
Absolutely. And I always told them like I don't know, I always think ahead of the game. Like nobody in my area, I'm from Gary. I'm like nobody around here that I know of is talking about the stock market. I
hmm
said we can put something together where I'm teaching and you can teach the youth.
Yep, exactly. That's it. That's where we gotta
So
start those little
that'll
kind of
be my
communities.
mindset.
I tell people like people think that you gotta have to be a master in something to teach. You don't have to be a master to teach. You just gotta know more than the person you're teaching. So if I
There you
know what
go.
one
Oh,
plus
I like
one
that.
is, I know 1 + 1 = 2. I may not be a mathematician and an expert in math, but I could explain to you 1 + 1 = 2, and then that now teaches you that 1 + 1 = 2, and that may be the furthest extent of my knowledge. But now, because you had that knowledge, you could go learn more about math now. Now you have to understand the
Yeah,
concept of
exactly.
addition now, and now that kind of gives you the breakaway. So that's how I view myself. Like I'm not no master stock trader or investor, right? I just have
Yeah.
base knowledge. I know I had this base
There you
understanding
go.
and base knowledge that if you had this, you can make anything from it. And you could take my base
Yeah.
knowledge and become 10 times a better trader than me, but I'm at least
Yeah.
make sure you had
Yeah.
the base knowledge because you can't come in here
Absolutely.
without this knowledge. That much I do know,
Yeah.
you know?
That's for sure. And there's so much content out there that it can confuse a blind eye.
Yeah, oh
It's
yeah.
so much. Oh my God. So that's why I'm like, I like to keep things simple and master that.
Yeah, that's it. That's why I tell people master the basics, keep it simple. Even give credit to my boys at Earn Your Leisure. I watch their channel a lot. I was watching
Hmm.
them when they was first, cause I'm from the Bronx too. They from the Bronx, and they started off in the
Oh, okay.
basement at their boys at their house doing their stock show. And look at them now, traveling the world. I was
Yeah.
like, yo, it's funny because that's something I manifested to thinking to myself. And this is a this is a funny saying I heard is that whenever you manifest something and you say you want to do something and be something, that it happens. But what
Yes,
happens is
yes.
is that it happens, but if you're not ready to receive it, it'll go to someone else. So sometimes you'll pray for a blessing, like, hey, I want to be this, I want to be that, I want to this. And if you're not ready to receive it, or you're not being aware enough to receive it, then it'll be passed right by you and go to someone else. So sometimes you're like, damn, I want to do my own stock show. Da, da, da. And as I'm manifesting and saying this stuff, I'm watching someone doing it. And I'm watching it grow right before my eyes. And I was like, yo, am I manifesting this and I'm not doing it? Because I just need to do the action. You know, it's like, you can't, you could, people a lot of times say this stuff, but sometimes you just got to put the action behind it. And you don't necessarily have to know exactly what you're doing. You just have to know that this is working towards what you want. So eventually what you want is going to come to be. And that was my problem before. I had to have the exact plan of how things were going to go. And I just had to learn that you just got to do. You just got to go and do things, you know?
That is so true. And then we have to learn to rewire our mindset. We always saying what we don't want. And if people realize what you say, what you don't want, usually always happens. So say what you want.
Yep, 100%, man. Power of manifestation. And it's all in the Bible, too. It's all in the Bible. Power, life, and death is in the tongue, man. There's no lies.
Sure. I agree.
But we do the same thing with that we do with stocks, and we overcomplicate this shit.
Oh, man. I am one who's done that. So I really took it serious around 2023, and I started like really watching videos.
Yeah.
Taking notes and back testing. I'm like, this my year. Like,
this is it. This is going down.
This is my year.
Yep. This is going down. It's happening now.
For sure. Absolutely.
This is the time. This is the time to do it, because as you start to study more and you watch more videos, you're going to start understanding. You're going to start hearing more people talk about the changing of the seasons that we're in. We're going from the season of Pisces to Aquarius. So the age of Aquarius starts in like 2150. So we're in that transition period of coming out of Pisces into Aquarius. So that's why you have a lot of these conflicting concepts of thought and idea. The old guard is trying to fight and stay, while the new transitional ideas are coming in and pushing those old ideas out. But it's always going to be resistance, and that's what we're finding right now, that resistance of the old ways not wanting to be pushed out. So but the new concepts and new way of thinking, they're not going to be able to stop that. It's just naturally, universally going to happen. It's happening around the entire universe, so it can't be stopped.
It's in us.
If you want to go to underneath free content in here in the Discord, if you go underneath free content, go to the Black Wisdom hashtag. Watch some of those videos in there, because I post that kind of content. And
for sure.
Watch some of these videos. The Hermetica is very deep. The Hermetica breaks down the entire structure of the cosmos, the universe, pretty much giving you the perspective of the mind, of how we pretty much all exist within the mind of the Creator, like how we all are just thoughts of the Creator, essentially. And it gives you a good deep breakdown, and pretty much this is the conceptual and understanding that all religions were built off of, from Christianity to Islam to Buddhism. This predates all of that. So you want to, this is where they pretty much got all their stuff from. And then, as we said, it started overcomplicating shit.
That's stuff I'm into for sure.
Yeah, so underneath the Black Wisdom tab and free content, you'll find that in here. And anytime you have time to sit down and watch those.
Definitely will.
And let me know what you think. I'm always down to talk about that stuff, so send me feedback whenever you watch it, and we could kick it about that. And share some knowledge.
But I appreciate you. I gotta go and get my day started today.
Yeah, go do your thing. Oh, happy birthday. Okay, look at you getting the knowledge on the birthday. Okay.
Oh, yeah. It don't stop.
That's dope.
Happy birthday. I really appreciate you.
No,
I definitely will be in here a lot more.
Oh, yeah, come in.
Just from this little session.
Yeah, we're gonna do these. We're gonna keep spreading more and more knowledge and increasing our generational wealth. That's what we're here for. But you enjoy your birthday. Appreciate you coming through. And
for sure.
We'll be back on here tomorrow. We'll see what the market wants to give.
Okay, for sure. I appreciate you. You enjoy your day.
All right, you too.
All right.
Yeah, that's what it's all about right there.
I'm already in this Amazon call for June 7th.
Amazon, let's pull up the Amazon chart, man.
Yeah, I'm probably way out of the money though.
Let me see this Amazon. Let's look at Amazon.
I might cut and run.
What you got? Amazon call, you said?
Yeah. It's good, my brother.
What's going on, Cardai? What's going on, my brother? How you feeling?
Morning. We smoked the market this morning.
I was gonna say, like, you was having a great morning today. I seen those trades. I said, ooh, my boy killing it this morning over there.
I hit him for like 2,400 in less than like an hour.
Ooh, okay.
And we had took QQQ spot, and I had took some shots from the bottom twice because it popped up and popped back down, and I was able to load the boat. Only thing I'm in now is Target, and then alone off of AITX alone, I had made almost 1,800 off a long term.
Okay.
So pretty much like a 5K day.
Nice. Oh, beautiful. 5K. And my man be out there running the 5Ks. I see you.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up, dog. Alright. I saw the weekly calls. I didn't jump in anything today, but I'm probably going to jump in one of your plays this week. I'm going to look them over.
I got in Target because, Target just bottom.
Okay. Let's pull up Target real quick.
I bought my jump into the 165, and they was 285. I got in at 3, and then I added 2 more at 285.
Okay. So what you getting in on Target? You got in on puts?
I'm in calls for this week for earnings.
Okay. They do have earnings. You're right. They do got earnings today.
So look at the earnings. They haven't missed, and usually after earnings they pop 10 points. And if we can get them to pop 10 points, I mean, you know what I'm saying? We can eat out some dinner,
Okay, let's see.
That'll put our contracts in the money.
I was looking at who else I was looking at for earnings this week. Someone else has earnings this week. Who else is it? Nvidia. That's who it was. Big boy Nvidia. Oh, how y'all feel about that? How you feel about Nvidia?
Nvidia about to move the fucking market. You hear?
Yo, that's what I feel like too. I think they're about to launch.
I'm in Intel $32 and $33 calls.
Okay, so this is a big money week right here, y'all. We got Nvidia report earnings. They're gonna move the entire semiconductor industry, the entire market. Yes, you're right.
That shit gonna be bro. Shit gonna be shaking the fences.
What's crazy is that I don't even want to look at their premiums. I know the premiums are stupid juiced right now, aren't they? Stupid juiced, I'm sure, on Nvidia contracts. You probably gotta play around it.
Them contracts is third. I'm gonna tell you right now. Even $1,000 contract, bro. Listen to how crazy this is. Let me pull it up because I was just on it. It should be able to pull up right away. Bro, the $1,000 contract is $2,000.
Yo, come on, man. That's what I'm saying, dog. I knew they were gonna do this. Right when I saw it started like last week on Thursday, I said, "Oh, these Nvidia premiums are getting juiced because they're getting close to earnings. These premiums are going crazy. Oh man." And I don't want to play nothing too crazy out the money.
Hell nah.
Yeah.
I might as well just do Intel or something. Or because those contracts, $100 out of money is still almost $900. Like, why would I give you $900?
For $100 out the money.
This doesn't even make sense. And then you go $40 and I get killed.
Right. Lose all my money.
Like, I ain't doing that. I'd rather go do Intel and do AMD or TSM.
Yeah, let's look
and
at.
play QQQ.
Yeah, let me look at. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, play the sympathy plays. Intel. What do you think AMD's gonna do off of it? Because AMD, I know it's been
$10 move. If AMD goes up 100, well, if Nvidia goes up 160 point, AMD gonna move $5 to $10, bro. That shit you gonna wish you had those contracts.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm looking at AMD calls because AMD has a little pullback. I got a level. They right on a level I got for them at 166.26.
I
Right.
like the 175 and the 170.
Yeah, that's why I got a level 175.60. Let me look at the AMDs for next week.
Yeah, that's exactly. You thinking like me. Next week, you won't get me this week.
Nah, you ain't get it. Next week, I'll get the next week one.
Bad as hell.
Okay, at 231, that's not bad for 175. Okay,
That's what I'm
that's
saying.
not
Think
bad
about
at
if you
all.
get a top, you get 500% on them.
Right, 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 right. I like that.
You know, there you
AMD.
go. A grand a contract. You do 4 contracts, you just make 4 grand.
Mm-hmm.
You know, off of 800.
Alright, so let me look at AMD. I might enter that. Let me look at the daily momentum real quick.
What's the implied move on the video?
I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you right now. Let's look at the implied move.
Yeah, man, Junior been over here relaxed.
Chilling. Alright, so NVIDIA, I got my screen up if y'all can see it. I'm gonna put it up. The implied move, NVIDIA, predicted move. The predicted move was 7.5%, and the actual move was 7.4%. So yeah, about 7.5%.
And what's the current price?
Let's look at the price of NVIDIA right now.
945.
945. We're gonna do 7.5% to the upside. Let's see what that comes up to. Oh, hold on, I gotta make my screen smaller. Shit, so
So
far.
a $70 move, like I said.
It's pretty much.
I'm not getting no $100 out of the money. You ain't gonna do me like that, boy.
If they move 7.5% exactly, it'll put them around $1,017.
Right. And look at those contracts for 1,020. That shit through the roof.
Let's look at Weeble. Let me look at NVIDIA contracts.
Dirty motherfuckers, bro.
Yeah, that's dirty because they don't want nobody making money. That's the crazy thing about it. Like y'all, that's crazy that y'all would juice these premiums like that.
Bro, juicing them. It's like, bro, they not even hiding no more.
Nope, blatant.
That's why they put GameStop so people won't have the income to get into these shit. So they lock it on in GameStop and AMC.
Yep. Lock up your money over there.
Sit down, eat your food, son. You see those 1020 contracts?
Yeah, they want $1,800.
Man, they lost their damn mind.
11 days, they want $1,800.
Who paying $1,800 for a $50, $70 out of the money contract? Hell no.
1,800. That's crazy.
And then you'd be a fool to get the same week. Them 1,400. You might as well just buy QQQ.
Yeah. Let me look at SMCI because that's another one I know they got them juice.
That's gonna move.
SMCI. Let me pull them up really quick. So AMD 175s. Let me put that in. Potential plays. I'm gonna call that out in here. You saw the Chalkers only chat.
Especially for next week. Bro, SMCI $1,000 contract strike price is $1,100 for this week.
Yeah. Those SMCI contracts are just as juice as NVIDIA. I think you're gonna have to go AMD or Intel, like you said.
Yeah, they lost their damn mind.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, this shit is off the train. Wow. Bro, this is highway robbery.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I really do want one NVIDIA contract, because I feel like that shit's gonna go crazy.
I know it's gonna go crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Those contracts are gonna be stupid. It costs $1,800 now, but if that shit goes up to $1,000 by the end of the week, bro, that contract's gonna be worth like $5,000, $6,000, maybe more. But all right. Let me see. It's all about risk management, right? I wanted NVIDIA SMC have a premium reduced. G, you there? Where'd G go?
Yes, sir.
What's good, man? How you feeling about this? NVIDIA, AMD, how you feeling about this earnings play?
Well, I was staying away from earnings because I seen their premiums was looking crazy. But if anything, I was gonna just play a gamble off of my notion of me thinking it's not going over 1,000. So I was just probably just gonna play just a little small gamble. But the premiums look too crazy for that gamble, so.
So how you feel about QQQ, AMD, and Intel? Check out those premiums because those are the sympathy plays. Those are gonna move with NVIDIA.
Okay.
So those are the contracts we're looking at now. I'm looking at the 11-day out. Yeah, these are much more reasonable. Much more logical to grab these. And then I just got to determine my entry. So for AMD, triple Qs, QQQ. Actually, I might even do the TQQQ, the triple Q, yeah, triple leverage Qs instead. I like trading the TQQ. This thing's been pumping. Why haven't I been? It broke up.
We can't catch them all.
Yeah, you can't catch them all, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, I don't fuck how many screens you got up.
You not catching them all. Alright. Let's put a little level in. Let's get some updated levels on the Qs. We're going to put in a little level of support right there. This is more intraday than anything. And then we'll say has another level of support right around here, 62.77. We'll put that in. And then resistance to the upside. We are topping out right here. Where the high is at? Right around there, 64.24. Alright.
Man, they off the chain with these prices, bro. This shit is ridiculous. You know who else might be going fire? I'm looking at the charts now.
Who?
Oracle might fuck around, recover, and bounce back up to
Oracle. Yeah, I do, man. You're right. You're right.
It's for them sympathy play.
Oracle.
I think Intel just the one that makes sense off the weekly.
Mm-hmm.
Man, boy, so many good plays.
So many good plays out here. Can't catch them all, man. I'm not Ash Ketchum, man. I can't catch them all, man.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Just get you one nice fun when they keep it moving.
That's it. Find the one you like the most. Find your sweet spot and stick with it.
I think mine come out, they getting 6 to 8 trades. I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's too much.
The fuck? I'm thinking they talking about long term. They talking about. I said, bro, you know.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think you talking about long time. Yeah, no, that's wild.
But you know, that's just greedy people, bro. I know it's like people just be so greedy. Me and you be giving out so many good plays, and I've been looking at people. I'm like, you didn't take the trade?
Nope. They be like, nah. I decided to jump in on this joint over here instead and try to catch this and this and this. Like, okay.
You know, so you don't go chase some shit you never traded. And got your ass killed.
Because you saw a tweet about it somewhere.
Got your ass full of sauce like lasagna. You all fucked up. Well, I be laughing at people.
Yeah, bro. But I be like, listen, people gotta learn their own way. I started to learn that. Like, I used to get frustrated about it, but I'm like, why am I frustrated for you? You're the one losing money.
You want to give it up your dog. And I'm trying to help you save your people.
Right.
But what I noticed, motherfuckers, they'll pay you to be inside your group, right?
Mm-hmm. But don't listen to nothing you call out. Like, how does that work out?
Man,
What are you in
they
here
don't
for?
want that.
I'm just in here
They
because
don't
that makes me feel better. It makes me feel like I'm part of something, you know? Part of
It don't
something
work out
official.
too well for their ass.
Or they go into them communities where they paying $400 a month and they and they ain't getting nothing out of it.
Bro, Ian from Earn Your Leisure,
Yeah,
do you know he charged $500 a month?
yeah, yeah. He gets simple stuff.
And then 30,000 cause I'll be sending him the information, even posting my shit in his group.
That's it, bro. Because that's what people don't understand. It's not rocket science. It's simple information. It's just about applying it. So, all right, you want to listen to my voice more, and people want to listen to you more, and you can sell yourself better. People will buy into it. You know, even if I feel like people out there who have strategies that don't work at all still got a lot of people subscribe to their group because they're just good at marketing and selling themselves. That's it.
That's a fact.
You know, they could 10 fucked up trades in a row, but they know how to market and sell that group, boy, and they keep getting people to join.
And then people get mad at me when I keep it a buck.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm like, bro, that's all these guys doing. Cause like they said, Aristotle called them out. Like, you ain't never showed your long-term portfolio. I used to show my shit all the time, but I ain't showing my shit no more because now people want to count your pocket. But he never.
Right.
Never, bro.
Yeah, long term. Aristotle be on it. I like his movement
Like
that he
the
got
fact
going.
that the young bull got a lot of leeway with the people.
Yep, and he got his own little spot now, Legacy Center. I'm gonna definitely fly out to Atlanta and check that out when I'm out there.
Yeah, let me know. We can go together. That shit like 5 hours from my house.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. We can make that a trip, man. All the homies get together and visit the Legacy Center. That'll be dope.
Cause I like young bull.
Oh yeah, me too, man. Hell yeah.
Anybody hating on him, they hating on themselves because they suckers.
Why would they hate on him? I don't understand what he even doing to be hated on. Like he's just, I don't really understand that whole thing. Like even with the investors within each other, within our communities, like we just need to be collaborative. No need to be hating. Someone eating, they doing their thing. Let them do good doing their thing. Wall Street Trapper got his way. Earn Your Leisure got their. Everybody got their own way. I'm gonna support them all. I'm gonna support all y'all.
Mark Monroe?
Who? Nah.
You need to look him up. Earn Your Leisure used to be mad at him because they was charging and Mark Monroe was giving away shit for free a couple years ago. They had got into a battle. He got into a Wall Street Trapper and all that.
What's his name? Mark Monroe?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm pulling him up right now on YouTube. The Come Up
Mark
series.
Monroe. Yeah. He used to have Kathy Woods on his show.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, bro, the dude was a big deal. He know what he's talking about. He was getting on them niggas' ass, boy.
Earn Your Leisure got him on here. Mark Monroe explains how stock options work. That was 3 years ago. Two minute clip.
That, they start hating like they always do because they want you to put your information on their platform.
They trying to muscle people. I wouldn't agree. I don't hope they're not trying to muscle other people in the community. That would be corny. Cause I understand you trying to do business shit. And collaboration is cool, but you're not gonna collaborate and muscle me. Like you gotta put all your stuff on my platform, or we not doing nothing with you. No, that's not how this gonna work.
Yeah, and that's what Aristotle said they was trying to do.
Cause I do remember him like he started to do. I thought they was gonna start pairing up doing videos together. They did like one thing together and that was it.
Yeah, because he didn't like the way it was. I know him, 500 and all them. They did the same thing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't think people really understand. Like you can't be bullying people. People got their own way of teaching and learning.
Right.
I got my way of teaching and learning. You got your way of teaching and learning, and I respect you.
Right, and that's it. That's all it's gotta be. It don't gotta be, oh, you gotta do it my way, I gotta do it your way. No, we just gotta respect and support each other. That's
right,
it.
and collaborate.
And collaborate where we can collaborate at. Wow. Well, that's all right, because you know what? We're going to come in, we're going to get all that shit right. Because me and you coming up, we're going to cut all that shit out of the air. We ain't having none of that. That's that.
Ed told people don't buy Facebook when it was $78 or $88. I forgot which one it went to. He told people don't buy it. He said the company was done. I said, nigga, what?
Yeah, I do remember those series. I do remember that time. I was like, Not nah. Meta is too integrated into our society to be done like
I,
that.
right, and I'm like, bro, I bet you he didn't. I bet you he bought.
Yeah, yeah. And
The
like I said,
fuck?
listen. That's your opinion. That's your move. You take that, Ian. You go ahead, and run and do that. You do that. I'm not gonna promote that message though. But don't be mad at me when I'm telling people Meta is not gonna be dead. You know,
Man,
don't. You know.
motherfuckers on Facebook and Instagram all day long. You don't think ads was coming back?
Yeah, of course. You know. So
Man, they must think
everybody
they be
makes some
talking
bad call
smooth.
outs. So I give them listen, everybody makes some bad calls every once in a while. But like I said, we here to be uplifting and supporting with each other. That's it. That's all we about. That's all I'm gonna be about. If you ain't about that, then we probably not gonna work
I,
well.
I put a dude online. He told me I was too expensive. I had a sale on my Telegram for 150, right? From here. He said you too expensive.
Okay.
Nigga. I said, okay, get the Discord for 30. This nigga get to talking about some other shit. I already know a lot. How you know a lot and you keep losing and you just go
Right.
around, I'm tired of being in a people group, you know, they keep giving out losing players. I'm like, nigga, you the loser, you keep taking them.
Right. Why?
Bro,
Oh
I ain't
man.
taking those trades blindly.
It's the blind faith that people have in some groups. I don't understand this. Like you just gonna take the trade. You don't have none of your levels set. You don't got nothing. They ain't teach you none of that. You just going in and just buying it. You don't know when they bought it. You don't know exactly how they bought it. You just buying it and just hoping that you
Yeah.
could catch the sell the same time they do. They might have bought it and they selling. They probably already out the play by the time you jumped in the damn play.
You don't even understand the company. Why would you be trading Fifi Fafa? What the fuck is that?
I don't know. It's this Asian company on the come up though, man. You know they got big things
Yeah.
happening. Got a partnership
Oh,
with
they in
Timu
Mexico.
possible.
They're in Mexico. They're in Mexico selling air. Huh? What kind of air?
Fresh air.
Oh, right. You go outside and get that. Well, I'll be dying laughing.
Yeah, man. Listen, look.
Come on, son.
Oh man, it's lovely. But
How,
oh man.
how you doing, man?
Other than that, I've been doing good, dog. I've been on a good mental level. I'm in a good space. I've been doing a lot of studying of, you know, our history and the structure of life and how things
I
really
think the
are.
book that I got that changed my life 12 years ago.
No, send
I
it to
used
me.
to, I went crazy. I didn't go like mentally crazy, but I went crazy about when I was like 23,
Okay.
22 or something like that. When I started reading what they've been doing to us and all this, bro, listen to me. And you feel like you're alone at first because nobody wants to listen to you because you're so happy and excited to spread
The
the
knowledge.
information.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yep.
look at you like you crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, you know, uh, so I put you in I can't live without it.
No, he's breaking up. Alright, y'all. Appreciate y'all joining me for the trading session today. We did some trading. We dropped a lot of gems. And we'll be back next week, Monday. I feel happy with what happened today. I love helping people. I love helping people learn and grow, especially in the black community, especially my black queens, because y'all are uh, true backbone of our community and society as a whole. I want all my queens to be uplifted and understand how to empower themselves economically, because I know once that happens, the love and things that are going to pour out from the female communities will be abundant and help reverse a lot of the shit we have going on out here. This heavy patriarchal society, everything's about balance, love, and learning. So I'll see you guys next week. Appreciate everybody that came through. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel. Join the Discord. All the links will be below. And yeah, appreciate y'all.